Good evening, I'm Saul Saenz, and this is ABC-7 Extra Sunday Edition. Thank you for watching before the start of your work week. If you're confused about when and where to wear your face mask, I hope we clear things up after tonight's program. Ever since the CDC announced they were relaxing face mask guidelines, state and local governments announced their own regulations. Just this week, Governor Greg Abbott said governmental entities such as counties, cities, school districts, public health authorities, or government officials cannot force anyone to wear a mask. In fact, as of Friday, local governments that try to enforce mask rules can face a fine up to $1,000. And after June 4th, schools also cannot force students, teachers, or parents to wear a mask while on campus. However, County Judge RICARDO Samaniego reminded everyone in the borderland, which includes Juarez, that Juarez is far from achieving herd immunity. Mayor Oscar Leeser and Samaniego aren't issuing orders, but they do have a request.
And we want to make sure that we don't have a spike. And that's what we're here today, to encourage you and everyone else out there to continue to wear your mask, continue to do social distancing, and wash and clean your hands, because it does worry us that we're not at herd immunity today.
We need to show our community that we want our neighbors to the south to be coming here as soon as possible. When we talk about normalcy, it's not going to be normal until we have a relationship with Juarez and Chihuahua the way we had it before. So herd immunity is not here. Herd immunity is what happens between us when we have that relationship between each other.
So which is it? Should you wear a mask when dining, when attending school, or walking into a local business? We have a packed house tonight to answer those questions. Joining us is Hispanic Chamber of Commerce CEO Cindy Ramos-Davidson. Welcome. Also with us is restaurant owner and member of the Texas Restaurant Association, Leo Duran, Isleta Independent School District Superintendent Xavier de la Torre, and Alan Ledford, Mountain Star Sports Group President. Welcome to all of you. And I'm going to start with the very first question for you, Ms. Cindy Ramos-Davidson. Sure. What are you advising businesses do, face mask or no face masks, for employees or customers?
Well, we did a survey, so this is very timely, and we just got the survey results. We had 375 in a 2-day period reply to us because we just sent it out. And 67% of the businesses who responded said that they're going to continue to ask their employees and their customers to wear the face mask. The other 33% are not going to. The majority of the businesses that we have talked to are very concerned about going backwards to go forward, to go backwards again, and that would be absolutely disastrous for their business as they've started to open up that revenue stream. So you can see just from the survey results, the majority of the businesses that were surveyed are going to continue to ask employees and customers to wear the masks. However, if you're in the restaurant industry, they're going to ask you to wear them when you get up to go to the restroom, but you can certainly take them off when you are sitting at the dinner table.
Okay,
and
good segue
for what we've got.
Good segue for Mr. Duran. Your opinion as well, sir? Face mask or no face mask when people are dining?
You know, it's very similar in those results that Cindy just mentioned. I'd say about 65-35. That is 65 still in favor of retaining some form of face masking. There has been some leniency as far as going to optional. But we do find that there are more restaurants that are going to stay on board with the face masking requirements. And I know that we're one of them. And I don't believe that there's any wrong or right way. I think each independent business operator will need to make that choice and see which is the route that they wish to pursue. Again, I stress very heavily that the CDC guidance and the Texas Restaurant Association provide information that is guidance based on science, and I think that every operator will make a choice of their own to see what they would like to do.
Got it. Superintendent de la Torre, what is your what will be the policy for YISD students, teachers, staff, and parents while on YISD campuses?
Well, we're going to continue and require the face mask and continue to provide all of the elements that have been in place to insulate students from illness, to protect faculty and staff. Nothing has changed. We have been given, as you mentioned, until June 4th to comply with the executive order. I will be meeting with my school board to determine whether or not during that last week of school, we will have 1 week after the 4th, whether or not we are going to expect all individuals to wear the face mask and adhere to those policies that have been in place during this catastrophic period for the Texas public school system. I think it was poor timing. It would have been, I think, helpful if the governor would have allowed the school year to end June 30th and then give us some time to look at the science and the numbers, the data, and then decide what school will look like in August. But I know my board pretty well, and I suspect that they're going to expect students, faculty, and staff to continue and wear the mask, the face shield, the distancing. All of that will remain in place.
Mr. Ledford, what about the Chihuahuas dropping the mask mandate? You all dropped that. Is this for all sports fans, and will it be based on the honor system?
So we announced earlier in the week that for all events, starting with yesterday's match with the Locomotive, that face masks for fully vaccinated individuals will not be required. And we're asking and recommending that non-vaccinated individuals do continue. And of course, as has been discussed here, at the end of the day, those who may have been vaccinated certainly have the option to continue to wear a mask. We will continue to provide socially distant indicators on our concourses. We will continue to administer heightened protocols for cleaning before, during, and after all events. And we will continue to provide disinfectants and other means for our guests to make sure that they feel safe and stay healthy. This is a trend that has continued and evolved over the course of the past few weeks in the state for entertainment venues. In fact, 8 out of 10 major and minor league ballparks, by our count, have a very similar policy, if not a less restrictive one. So it's evolving in the right direction. I can tell you that from our perspective, our fans have reacted very positively. And at the end of the day, and we go back to last summer when we hosted 8 Locomotive matches, and with much fewer people in attendance, but our fans have been terrific throughout, and in terms of being cooperative, respectful, helpful, and we expect that too will continue.
Okay, we're going to take a really quick break. You're watching ABC-7 Extra. When we come back, I'll ask my guests if they too will use the honor system in asking for proof of vaccinations. This is ABC-7 Extra, where news comes first.
Your summer starts here. With big savings on a new Toyota, you can go out and do all the things that make summer the best time of the year. But don't miss out on all the fun. See your Toyota dealer and catch a great deal today.
During the Summer Starts Here sales event, get $1,500 customer cash, or qualified lessees can lease a new 2021 Corolla LE for only $199 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
The unknown is not empty. It's a storm that crashes and consumes, replacing thought with worry. But one thing can calm uncertainty: an answer. Uncovered through exploration, teamwork, and innovation. An answer that leads to even more answers. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
With Long John Silver's family meals, you can have your cake for free and eat it too. Have it delivered from our shore to your door with any 10-piece meal or larger. Visit longjohnsilvers.com to find delivery and free cake options near you. Long John Silver's, fish yeah.
Honey, go get your cleats.
Don't miss kickoff. Buy online at academy.com and get it fast. From cleats to tents to fishing rods, with curbside pickup, you'll always be ready to have fun out there. Shop now at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Casa Kia is bringing the heat this month with hard-hitting savings on every new Kia.
We've got 2021 Kia K5s with 0% APR for 60 months. Get a Kia Forte with 0% APR for 60 months.
Plus, we honor in Memorial Day by matching military discounts all month long.
Let's get ready to save at Casa Kia or online at CasaKia.com.
Our Casa is Sue Casa here at Casa Kia.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra. This right here where I'm holding is my vaccine, my COVID-19 vaccine card proving I was fully vaccinated. I also want to welcome back Hispanic Chamber of Commerce CEO Cindy RAMOS-DAVIDSON. Also with us is L&J's restaurant owner Leo Duran, Xtra Independent School District Superintendent Xavier de la Torre, and Ellen Ledford, Mountain Sports Group President. Again, I will go back to you, Ms. Ramos. Will you all, or do your members of your association, will they be asking for proof of vaccination, or is it all based on the honor system? Because you, as you well know, it doesn't come with controversy, most especially with folks who say, look, I don't have to show you anything.
Well, I will tell you our business members are going to do it on the honor system, but they are also understand that there are safety protocols they have to continue to follow as a business. So that's why the percentages were pretty high in the survey results, with the 67% that we're going to require employees and customers to continue to wear their masks and create those safety protocols themselves. It's kind of like no shirt, no service. And that's basically what they're trying to do. And they're going to hope that those that are vaccinated do it and honor it.
Yeah, with a no shirt, no service, you can pretty much tell who's wearing it and who isn't. However, with COVID vaccine, it's entirely different. And if you ever have someone who's going to come up to you and say, look, I don't have to show you anything. The governor says I don't have to show you anything. Are you advising your members to say, look, excuse me, can you please step outside?
Yeah, let me tell you what we're trying to do. We have this sticker. I don't know if you can see it, but we have been using these at our events and our board meetings, and they have been very well received. This little sticker says, I am fully vaccinated. We have a sticker that says, I'm okay with hugs. They have another sticker that says, I'm not okay with hugs. We have one that says, I'm half vaccinated. And so we're kind of trying to have a little bit of fun with it. At the same time, use them as protective measurements so that you know who to get close to, who not to get close to, and continue to push the importance of getting that vaccination so that all businesses in all the region can open safely. That's one of the things we are recommending to our customers and our members, is to consider some kind of little tool like that that they can use. Maybe they can use it with a discount code on the back of it, where they could win something in their business, get a discount off of something. You know, entrepreneurs are very creative. I know that they're going to create some wonderful little gimmicks by which to do that, because we are also hearing that there are applications out there in the country in getting what they call an immune application on your phone that easily detects whether you've been vaccinated or not, and so that there aren't any scammers. So
I will definitely take the go ahead and hug me sticker when you can. Mr. Duran, the very same question for you. Will it be based on the honor system? And what happens when someone gets in your employee's face and says, you don't have to ask me for anything and I don't have to show you anything?
Was that for me, Saul?
Yes, sir, Mr. Duran.
You know, I believe that what we're going to do is to extend that carded blind card out now. And again, I stress, there is not one perfect solution. That if one business is making face masking optional and the other one isn't, there's no set rule. It's whatever that individual business operator feels comfortable with, because it's a reflection of what their employees and their guests feel is best for that business.
Superintendent de la Torre, I want to ask you about, and you touched upon it earlier, as a matter of fact, about children with underlying health conditions. Will they be separated? Will they have a different room, a different teacher, if they have underlying health conditions and they really can't be around kids who either have not been vaccinated or are not wearing a mask?
No, those are the children that whose parents can still decide to leave them home and rely on a distance learning platform or an online learning platform. We've not segregated those children for a number of reasons. First of all, we're not supposed to make anyone aware of any underlying health conditions under HIPAA, and that would certainly single them out, and that's not something we're prepared to do. Same thing with requesting information from employees or students for that matter as to whether or not they've been vaccinated. That's just something we won't do. We hope that in the future that they treat the vaccine much in the same way as they treat the inoculations that children have to have before they register and enroll in school. But for now, it is strictly on the honor system.
Okay, Mr. Ledford, what about in the Southwest University Park, all obviously based on the honor system? However, do you have special seating for folks who are not vaccinated or folks who actually have underlying health conditions and don't want to be exposed to those who have not been vaccinated? Because again, it is based on the honor system.
So we have created and will have maintained through the end of May seating sections for those who want to be socially distant. We too do not inquire about the reason. It's up to them. And as it relates to proof of vaccination, again, we're on the honor system. Really what we are doing is asking our guests, our fans, to look out for one another and do the right thing. And again, our experience, I touched on this earlier, after doing this for nearly a year, with our experience in 2020 and then continuing to the start of this season and some ancillary events, is that people are very cooperative. They want to do the right thing. They want to be helpful. And then the final thing that I would add is, if we've learned nothing else over the course of the last year, it's how to be flexible and how to pivot. And we've all been doing that on literally a day-to-day basis. We will continue that process and get input from the experts, the medical community, as we assess how things are working. But bottom line is we expect this to work quite well based on the experience that some who have gone before us in our industry have experienced, and then based upon our own experience in our venue.
Now, I do know that Southwest University Park has been at 70% capacity. Are you increasing that capacity?
We're analyzing it now, and we would expect to have some sort of an announcement in the coming week or two. But I can tell you we've been at 70%, and that's worked very well.
Well, you can keep it between us. You can tell us what that announcement is going to be. I'm sure the rest of the guests want to know as well.
I'm sure they do.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. You're watching ABC-7 Extra. Still ahead, I'll ask my guests for their final thoughts and what their expectations are now that face mask rules are being relaxed. I'll ask my guests if they have any contingency plans in case there's another outbreak in El Paso. We'll be back.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2021 Volkswagen Tiguan has a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota RAV4. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2021 Tiguan S, or lease one for just $239 per month.
If you're on the search for state-of-the-art appliances or stylish furniture, we've got great news for you. During our Memorial Day sale, save up to 35% on 5-star savings appliances and save an extra 10% on packages. Plus, enjoy a tax-free weekend on all qualifying Energy Star appliances. Get no interest on everything in the store and up to $800 in furniture freebies with your qualifying furniture purchase. During our Memorial Day sale, find 5-star savings only at Cons Home Plus.
So let's talk about how TFCU can help your business grow, Devin.
We're doing great, but I need new equipment for my studio.
A TFCU equipment loan or line of credit can provide what you need at a competitive rate.
More gear means more space. What if I want to expand?
Then we'll get you a quick decision on a low-rate loan for a bigger space.
Works for me. All right, people, let's do this.
Be the boss. TFCU Business Lending Solutions help you get to work. This is how business gets done with TFCU.
You may ask yourself, what is a blue raspberry? Or a pink lemon? Or even a strawberry watermelon? But they taste so good in these Minute Maid slushies from McDonald's. Who cares? It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now, get the coolest flavors of the summer and enjoy the refreshing taste of $2 any size slushies while you can.
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Good thing the 2021 Volkswagen Atlas and Atlas Cross Sport have a lower cost of maintenance than Toyota Highlander. Come into your Volkswagen dealer and get 0% APR financing for 60 months on the 2021 Atlas V6 SE Tech, or lease one for just $399 per month.
Welcome back to ABC-7 Extra. With us is Hispanic Chamber of Commerce CEO Cindy Ramos-Davidson, Alan J's restaurant owner Leo Duran, YISD Superintendent Xavier de la Torre, and Alan Ledford, a Mountain Star Sports Group President. Thank you so much for really taking time to talk to us. I'm going to start this time with you, Superintendent. What exactly are your final thoughts in reference to everything that we've been going through, and what advice do you have for parents who are still thinking about maybe keeping their kids at home and not really wanting them to bring them to school, given the fact that now we can drop the mask mandate?
Well, we have seen certainly an increase in the number of parents that feel comfortable and confident enough to send their children to school. So we're creeping up to close to 60% of our students actually attending in a face-to-face environment. And I think that speaks to a couple of things. One, we were the first district in the area to do the rapid testing on a weekly basis for both students and student athletes. And we were able to get through 3 UIL sports seasons with a less than 1% positivity rate, no interruptions or disruptions to the season. And we're very proud of the fact that our student athletes experienced that normalcy and were able to compete, and many of the teams did very, very well. The second one is that over about a 3-week period, we also were given the opportunity to administer over 5,000 vaccines to our employees and to students of age. And when we had Xtra, we made that available to surrounding school districts and even to family members. We're trying to promote the idea that herd immunity is what we want to attain. So I think we've demonstrated to our community, to our parents and students, that everything is in place to keep them safe. And that if we need to, we'll continue to do that. The testing, the administering of vaccines, and the only thing that's really left to determine is whether or not after June 4th, if that executive order is in place, I feel like I need to adhere to the law. But we'll wait and see what happens.
All right, and a big shout out to the Riverside Rangers, because you said that you're doing really well. Mr. Ledford, any final thoughts?
I can tell you that our guests over the course of the 7 events that we've hosted so far, 1 locomotive match, and actually 2 locomotive matches and 6 Chihuahuas games, have been thrilled to be back. The energy is palpable. People are very respectful of one another. And it's a taste of normalcy that people have been pining for more than a year. And we look forward to continue to provide that type of safe, healthy, fun, affordable family entertainment in our community. And we will do, as I indicated earlier, what we've been doing for the last year, and that is to be flexible, to pivot where necessary, and to continue on a regular basis to assess and analyze the situation. But knock on wood, and great news is that things continue to get better, and they get better at an increasing rate in this community, and that's a credit to all El Pasoans.
Yeah, Mr. Duran, final thoughts?
You know, the restaurant industry as a whole has an outstanding record of protecting our staff and guests as a whole. And we are committed to learning from the past and incorporating those best practices that we have learned to continue to highly sanitize the high contact areas in our restaurants, continue to monitor our employees' well-being, that of our guests, and just moving forward, because as was said earlier, it was a catastrophic year, and that is something that none of us wish to go through again. So moving forward, best practices, hands up.
Okay, Ms. Cindy Ramos-Davidson, 30 seconds. Final thoughts?
Final thought, encourage all your employees to get vaccinated, continue to do your safety protocols, be mindful, proactive, and thoughtful, because we don't want to go back. We want to continue to move forward.
Thank you so much, all of you, for taking time to talk to us on this Sunday evening. And I truly hope all the information my guests were able to provide you tonight were helpful as you start your work week. I appreciate your permitting us into your homes this Sunday evening. I'm Saul Saenz, and this has been ABC-7 Extra. Good night y buenas noches.